We know there are many choices in internet radio, and the staff and host of LA Talk Live would like to thank you for choosing the internet's hottest destination for the most eclectic sound and invigorating talk. This is LA Talk Live. We are more than just talk.
Only a few will understand and appreciate what's about to happen. Those effects, homie.
Well, it's the super duper rhymer. I'm about to set it. Niggas best forget it. Let it be. You regret it. G, so what it be? The D to the fucking P.
Yo, it's me, the lyricist. They fearing this as you can see.
He's the ultimate. Drop the other shit. Fuck the other shit. Biggity but the shit. That's how we come and kid. We running shit. Now who you fucking with? This nigga just affecting. We flexing. Cause kid, we got this rhyming to perfection. Hey, yo, biggity flow, my rocket blow a nigga out the socket. Getting by to keep the dread. Now they like my pocket watch it. It's the rhyme fiend about a second from the crime scene. The boogie banger twisted off the lime green. Fucking dime weed, strictly 50. The BDP and his squad committee. King of my city. Ask my cousin Smitty, yo. Got to get the dope. Got to blow the spot. Diggity dives, KRS, East Coast on live. Corny niggas, I get eight. My shit that make you fake. So much platinum on my walls that I can hardly see the fucking paint. You think it ain't before we hear us stop recording. Now look, we coming back and running shit like fucking Michael Jordan. According to my niggas in the sewer. Yo, you a corny niggas, so we got my niggas on the block. Handling rock like Kenny Anderson. I'm brandishing. Stickity styles that keep MCs vanishing. Scattering, fuck it. Styles don't be mattering. My pattern's amazing. Sun blazing like the Saturn. Battling's a no-no. Got more fame than Coco. I'm paid and still shook you with a blade from my logo. So take it, style and go like DC niggas. Y'all know the hats we moving strapped from the east. Well, make it Mayday, it's crazy, payday. I rig it the record A-Day, kick shit like fucking Pele. But wait a minute, cause we get in it for the masses. Class, so KRS come get up in their asses.
Follow me with my syllable, lyrical criminal. MC threats are minimal to my physical, they just whittle away. With little to say, as they whittle and paddle away, they say okay. But I chop that ass up anyway. What's your handle? I got mad MC heads upon a mantle. I got genuine MC skin sandals. I like the mic up like a candle. Watch it melt, cause when I felt lyrics, you felt for screaming for help when you hear it. You can't bear it, you can't even wear it. You also just cheer it. Go get the spirit of that la 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 la. I'm coming with that rah-rah. Rock your mic when you was Google Gaga to your mama. You wanted to battle KRS when you was young, you told your papa. He slapped you in your head and said, but you didn't heed the warning. Now I'm in the place, now I'm in your face. Looking at your crew, but they all broke out because they nothing but lace. KRS is like mates in your motherfucking face. Yo, DJ Dice, turn on the place.
Yo, this is Jadan and I'm representing for the Video Music Box crew, and you chilling right now listening to my man KRS-One representing for the Boogie Down Bronx.
Yo, what's up? This is DJ Jim representing the Beat 92.3 Los Angeles.
Yo, this is Jake the Snake, coming straight out of the Bay, out of Cali, baby. Yo, represent the real hip-hop, KRS-One, the man.
Yo, what's up? Franzen from KML Radio in San Francisco, representing the West Coast to the fullest. Chilling with my man Blastmaster KRS-One. I want to big up to my man E-Man from Power 106 in LA. My man Glenn Oury from KML. My nigga DJ Jam from 92.3 The Beat. And it's going down for the 9-5 and the 9-6.
This is DJ Power, the man of the hour, representing with the Blastmaster KRS-One. DJ Power from Copenhagen, Denmark.
What's up? This is G-Wiz from WRAS in Atlanta, representing the true hip-hop with the Blastmaster KRS-One, bringing it to you, baby. Yo.
jams today. I'm out on the controls, our engineer today. Shock on the controls, on point with the music today. Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to the Sabir Bey Show. Sabir's on sabbatical. He's in the land of flowers or somewhere traveling right now. I am Salvator. That's my host right there, Albertus Day.
Bienvenidos and peace, and do not adjust your computer sets. That is not Sabir, but this is the Sabir Bey Show.
Yes, and we got our beautiful sister on the phone right now. You can hear her voice, her beautiful laugh. That's Pilar. Say hello to everyone, Pilar.
Greetings, everyone. Greetings.
Welcome. Well, today is going to be a lot of fun. We're going to take you on a musical journey. Like I said, Sabir ain't in today, so we're going to talk about current events, stuff in Ferguson, talk about Ebola, whatever else tickles our fancy for today. So what's up with you, Pilar? How you doing? How things over where you at today?
Oh, it's well. All is well here in the Texas territory, but I got to tell you, this Ebola, I don't know, this Ebola wannabe crisis is too much.
Got you scared, huh?
Way too much. You know, they've already come out with the fact that the CDC owns the patent on Ebola and the invention of Ebola.
Now, is that a United States owned company? Who owns that company?
The CDC.
Wow. See.
Yeah, the U.S. Center for Disease Control owns a patent on a strand of Ebola known as the Ebo bun.
Wow.
And if you don't believe me, yes, check it out.
Look
the
it
patent
up.
number, let me tell you the patent number.
Oh.
CA 27 41 52 3 A as an apple and the number 1.
Wow.
It was given, yes, crazy, right? It was awarded to the CDC in 2010.
4 years ago.
Nuts.
Wow.
Yeah. So they've been really going hog wild crazy over on the eastern part of the world, getting it into people, injecting people with it, and creating cultures of it. And you know, we all know that they see how it mutates with different genes and with the different ages of people, and with no regards to human life whatsoever, no regards at all. And it was generally created for people who have a lot of melanin.
Yes.
You know, to kill off people according to the King Alfred plan. And you know, over here we've heard of them bringing two people from Africa back over to Atlanta and to get treated, and they were Caucasians, and so they miraculously got cured. And they were telling this past week of a story of a melanated brother here in Dallas who happened to contract Ebola, and all of a sudden he died. But really, inside news, as an inside scoop, is that he was really getting better. Because as you know, melanin, which we all have, begins to change and evolve and adapt to its environment or whatever it's around. So that's the secret to what these scientists are always constantly trying to figure out. What's the secret of melanin? How does it continuously adapt and change and modify itself to survive and fight the different diseases that man creates? So he was getting better, and then all of a sudden he's dead. So imagine that, you know. But we know that there's a whole bunch of diversion tactics that are taking place, especially here in Texas.
Mm-hmm.
So you know, they're doing a lot of flagging, where it's just like similar to the Sandy Hook deal.
Right.
Where, you know, they hired a whole bunch of actors and stuff like that to, you know, and they would only give you one scope, and all the news media can only show so many pictures or a certain scene or tell the same story, and it never varies from there because it's an enactment of certain things or whatever they want to project across into the audience, their audience. So there's a lot of that going down here, and trust me, it's a diversion tactic to what's really going on.
Yeah.
As far as the politics and people waking up.
Well, it's no accident.
And becoming conscious of who they are.
Yep, it's no accident that the media handles the mind control, and they make sure that all the entertainment is lower than a 6th grade level. So this is no accident. That Ebola is not no coincidence, and the things happening in Ferguson and all the other drama that they got distracting us right now. They're doing their job and getting us off point, and what we need to be talking is our nationality. And we're going to be talking about that later on with our special master guest, our master teacher, Taj Tariq Bey, going to be coming in at the top of the hour.
Can't wait.
We're also going to get Sabir to talk at 4 o'clock. He's going to be calling in as well, so we're going to be enjoying that. I want to also give a word out to my sponsors who be sponsoring our show, our good friends over at monstertreehouse.com. Thank you for sponsoring us. And anybody else who's listening who wants to donate to the show, let us know. Call us here at the station or get in touch with Karen on the behalf of the Sabir Bey Show. Shout out to everyone who put this show on together. Jessica, I know she's listening out there.
Yes.
Anya Bey, Sabir Bey, the whole Bey family. Oh, Sabir was just talking over there in Orlando this weekend, over in the Land of Flowers. When he gets back, he's going to tell us all about it. And hopefully when he calls in, he can tell us a little about it and all that good stuff.
And with that, we got, I believe we got a couple calls.
We got callers? We got some callers on the line?
There we go.
770.
All right.
Let's bring them on. What they got to say? Caller, greetings.
Hey,
You're on
what?
the Sabir Bey Show. Hello. You live and direct.
Welcome.
Talk to me.
215. We know you're out there.
You know what, Brother Stout, for the other listeners that may not know, what's the calling number for them?
Oh, yeah. Everybody wants to call in the show. Got any questions or remarks? Call us up at 323-473-3100. Man, I'm having such a good time. I forgot what I was supposed to do here.
It happens.
No. Hey, where else can they check out the Sabir Bey Show and at LA Talk Live? Where else can they tune in to us right now?
Yo, Shock.
Well, you know, you can always check out Sabir Bey Show on Ustream. It's streaming live right now. It's on Facebook as well. Later on, you can check out YouTube. It'll be up there on YouTube. But tune in, Radio Flag, Stitcher Radio, those things like that. Live, AHA Radio, and those things as well. So you got a wide variety of ways where you can check out the Sabir Bey Show. You can check it out in your cars. We're now in Teslas, Chevys, and stuff like that. So, you know, you can check out the Sabir Bey Show and LA Talk Live, you know.
Just about anywhere.
Stay connected all over the world.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Can't get away from us.
Gotta love technology. You ready for some music? Nah.
Oh, yeah.
That's cool.
Well, you know what? I can't. Now, Sabir was in Tampa, right?
Yes.
Just this past weekend with Master Teacher Taj Tariq Bey and Abdullah Bey.
That's correct.
Yes.
Who knows what kind of
Am
good
I
stuff they were
correct?
talking about. I didn't get a chance to be over there because I was over here in California enjoying the sun rays. But
I heard it was an amazing time. So I can't wait to talk to Sabir about that.
Who knows what they got into? I know they got a lot of good food to eat. At More Bites, our friends over at More Bites, they be hooking it up. Hell yeah. So, how's your day going, Albert?
It's great, man. Yeah. Hanging out with all our listeners out here, Shock, Pilar, yourself.
I see you got a book from Taj right there. You gonna talk about it?
Oh man, I got all kinds of books
right there, boy.
One of my personal favorites: Moors, Mexicans, and Other. Might want to get it.
Oh, okay.
A lot of information. I was blessed with this book by Taj Tariq Bey himself. Personalized it and everything. A lot of information. Might want to check it out.
So have you guys? Are you there?
Yeah, we're here.
We're listening.
We live and direct.
You guys hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, so I also heard that there was something going on in Ferguson this weekend.
Yeah, there's a lot of protesters going on. They angry again over Ferguson. They're rising up again because they shot another 18-year-old on October 8th. What's his name? What's that young man's name? Vonderit Myers Jr., 18 years old. Supposedly he flashed his gun to an officer, and the officer shot back 17 times.
What? No way.
Yeah, that's the reason why Ferguson's upset again this time around. And they arrested a lot more protesters. I even heard Dr. Cornel West got arrested over the weekend.
Oh yeah,
because of it.
That's what he was there for.
Sticking up for his people and stuff like that. I mean, the energy's there. I mean, people want to wake up. You're getting frustrated. They want to fight, but they need to fight for the nationality. You know, instead of this black and white
Right,
game.
yeah.
That they got
I wonder
up.
how many people are nationalized out there, or they claim who they really are or know who they really are. That's really interesting to
We need to
find
start
out.
teaching some classes out there. Get Sabir out there, send them out there and start something up. You know, because there's a lot of youth out there who want this knowledge. They're starving for this knowledge. We were talking about it earlier today. You know, with all his travels and stuff. There's a lot of people who want this knowledge, and they're ready. They're ready. They're just looking for a leader to lead. That's all.
Very much so.
And all the brothers and
That's
sisters out
true.
there who are listening to this, and they want to do something about it, it's as easy as just buying some books. Invest in yourself. We're not telling you to believe what we say, what we do, but go out and search this knowledge yourself. Seek the truth. Find it out for yourself.
You definitely have to start thinking, because people who follow are nothing but sheep being led to the slaughter. It's just ridiculous. You know what? And all of these people, they hold these athletes and these leader guys on a pedestal. It's absolutely ridiculous. You know what else happened down here in the Texas territory just a few days ago? Yesterday, actually. A Dallas Cowboy football player, Joseph Randall, was caught stealing out of a Dillard store in a mall. He was stealing some black polo underwear.
Wow.
And Gucci. Yeah, and in a tester bottle of Gucci valued at $84. The underwear valued at $39. Now, this is an athlete, professional athlete. He was a 5th-round draft pick in 2013. He has a salary of almost $500,000.
Is he of African American descent?
Say it again?
Is he of African American descent?
He's a melanated brother.
Damn, that goes to show you could take the kid out the ghetto, but take the ghetto out the kid, huh? Damn, this is going back to his old ways.
Brother,
man.
but
Shoot.
it's sad because so many people idolize athletes. They idolize people who make dollars, and obviously I know that because I was married to one. And it's sad because they have their own private struggles. You know what I mean? And
what do you
they're
think
not. Go ahead.
I'm sorry. What do you think they struggle with the most? When you was,
This is Shocker, our engineer right here, talking to you, Pilar.
Hi, Pilar. This is Shakim. How are you?
Hey, Shakim. How are you?
I'm doing well. Hey, how you doing? I'm doing well, my brother. That's Taj?
Is that Taj on the line?
My baby's there.
Hey,
Oh, there you
is
go.
that Taj in the background? Hey, yo, Taj.
That's Taj Babies right there.
Hey, Taj, can you hear us? We gotta put Taj on hold. We're gonna get back to Taj in a minute. Islam. Peace, brother. Peace, Master Teacher.
Peace.
I got my girls. I'm just getting off the train, so excuse me. I'm outside, so you hear a little bit of wind. You know what's up.
Okay, let us know.
But yeah, Pilar, what I was asking is that what do you think they struggle with the most? Athletes that when you had a chance to be around some of them. Do you think it's the money or it's the lack of knowledge of self?
Oh, they struggle with identity without a shadow of doubt. They struggle with their self-esteem. Oh my gosh, that it has to be paramount. And it seems the higher they go, or the more known they are, the worse the struggle gets, because they expect to be treated as royalty, or they expect a certain type of special treatment all of the time, no matter where they are. And when it's not given to them, it's almost like they go into shock. And it's just really sad because a lot of them are very, very lost. A lot of them have no idea who they are. They're just trying to fit in. They're just trying to do what they need to do to make a buck and to live a lavish life and squander it. Basically, there are very few that actually take the notes that they use and invest it in things wisely, and it's just a really sad condition that the athletes are in, and I feel even worse for the family.
That's very true, and I think about it. That's what society has projected. And that's the false reality.
Got to work on the crossover to get out the ghetto.
You know what I'm saying? And none of those guys have been taught anything about finances. You know, they're getting them when they're young, like like singers, entertainers. You know, like all entertainers, they get them when they're young. They give them this false sense of security or reality. You know, give them all this money, introduce drugs or all kind of other things to them. Right? They follow
women. Trust me, they make it very easy.
The excess of
they have helpers.
Oh yeah,
they have agents helping them to do whatever it is that they need to do to bring to them whatever it is that they want or so desire. But you know, the other thing is that, and to maybe Master Teacher Taj can go in on this too because he's so well versed in it. But it was a plan. It was a plan to get these brothers and possibly sisters on some notes into entertainment and into sports, so they can also lose themselves in it as well. Exactly. It was a plan to do that.
You know, I had a sister that was talking about it from Harvard. She brought it up in the 80s about how within entertainment they wanted to, for one, take, you know, black music away, right, out of the, you know, when I mean, you know, at one time in the 60s we were singing Black Power. We were singing all this and all, you know, all these chants and all this positive energy, people. You know, that was going on. They had to stop that, right? And then he had to, you know, educate people on, you know, the lower half of self, which is, you know, the animal instinct side. You know, I always said that I thought that there was always, you know, you always ask yourself, why are they taking notes? Why are they asking these interviews and stuff? It's like they're scientists. Yes. They're doing, you know, scientific experiments on these people, right? Getting all this data.
They are, yeah.
You know, taking this data and putting it in maybe into a quantum computer or something. I don't know, but it's crazy how they're doing it.
Well, they distract you through the media, through schools, entertainment, and work. They get you at all phases, man. Yeah. So you stay hunting the proverbial carrot.
Right, because I thought it can't be just about money.
No.
It's everything that comes along with it. It feeds their ego.
It's definitely not. They're small little corporations that are running up and down the fields in the court that are creating energy and notes for the people who have been in power or usurped the position of power to their own detriment. You know, so it's definitely a plan that was enacted years and years ago, and they're continually feeding it. They're feeding the beast, and they're creating smaller beasts. As you see, of course, October is Domestic Violence Month, and you know, I want to pay homage to all the survivors, just like I am, of domestic violence and who survived through domestic violence. Shout out to my babies, Shiloh, Shador, and Shalimai, who, you know, unfortunately are still being, victimized by it and with their dad, you know, and there's so many other children like this. But with the athletes and some entertainers, but I know strong point firsthand with these athletes, they're created to become monsters, and they're pumped up, they're filled with juice, they're filled with whatever kind of steroids or anything to get them through the game, and then they're tossed to the side as soon as the game is over, or as soon as their career ends, or as soon as that they have no use for them, and no one has cared for the monster that they created. But it's a sad thing once the energy is gotten and the money is gotten, they don't matter.
Yep. Another sad example was Junior Seau, you know, to say the least.
Exactly, Junior Seau, yeah.
But we got to go to a break.
So many of them have tried to commit suicide as well. But
I want to encourage our listeners to call in if they got any questions, comments, or remarks. We got talks coming up after the break. You can hit us up at 323-473-3100 if you got any questions or comments. What were you saying, Pilar? Before I cut you off, what'd you say?
I was just saying there's many athletes, football players as well, who've committed homicide and suicide because all of their mental issues go untreated. The NFL does not care to hoot about these players at all. There are a number of players who've committed domestic violence, and the
that goes,
policy enforcers or whatever refuse to arrest them or even report, and it's just sad.
And it goes for like any arena, sports, entertainment, Hollywood. They chew you up and spit you out when they're done with you. Let's hit it. Let's go back to a musical break right now. We're going to take you on that musical journey. Here's a song by KRS-One with some true school.
We'll be right back.
I'm still reppin', that's a miracle. Me, I went from criminal all the way to spiritual. Now the people say, okay, arrest, there's no comparing you. Original, down to my DNA, I'm lyrical. From the golden age, hip-hop is what I spit at you. I am the pinnacle, my level is so critical. Way before the Matrix, KRS was metaphysical. You gotta look at the fact that I still rap. Hip-hop culture, I live that cause I built that. Others are still trapped, they looking like field rats. Using real raps to see where their next meal's at. If they would only feel rap and not deal rap, their whole style, man, they wouldn't have to steal that. I stay fresh cause I'm hip-hop, blessed cause I'm hip-hop. Cops wanna stress cause I'm hip-hop. Fuck a desk and a lunch break, cutting through that red tape. Temple of hip-hop, that's the escape. The cure for the headaches and the failures. I'm on that Rastaman vibration like Bob and the Wailers. I teach my kids to be sailors, cause the sea level's rising, you're gonna see more technical failures. How many times I gotta say it? The dream of Dr. King, no, I won't betray it. I'd rather make one righteous dollar on my level than to make $1 million spitting rhymes for the devil. When I coming at it nuts, me come to MC. Many say I'm the greatest like Muhammad Ali. Some say I'm arrogant, egotistical, and cocky, cause when I flow, they know they can't stop me. So here's another classic, blasted like a shotty. My recoil kicks so hard it bumps your body. Me, I'm the last of the Dre, the Naughty. KRS-One, I liven up any party. Me getting booed, chewed, screwed hardly. I'm spiritual minded, brother, I move godly. I got madness when I sneeze, I say pardon me. 20 years rockin', blessed I got to be.
Excuse me while I kiss the sky.
Go, 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 go.
Excuse me while I kiss the sky.
I'll get that. Y'all listen to me call right there? Yeah, welcome back to Sabir Bey Show. I'm co-hosting today. My name is Salvador Day. That's my boy Albertus Bay. My boy
Peace.
Shock on the engineer controls. We got our sister on the phone, Pilar. How you doing? We also got Taj calling in. Sabir gonna be calling in a little bit later. Yeah, is Pilar on the line right now? Got something to
I'm
say.
here, absolutely.
Hey, how you doing? Yeah, before we went to break, we were talking about athletes and suicide, and I was wondering, did Dion ever try to commit suicide?
He sure did, absolutely. And it was
No way.
around 1998. He tried to commit suicide by driving his car off a cliff. That was one of his attempts that's known about, and he never got treated for it. You know, so this is a perpetual cycle that doesn't end, and it's
Well, you think
it just goes on, and it goes into abuse, and it's just crazy.
You think
it is sad.
You think if he would have got help initially, that his domestic violence
think
issues wouldn't have
so.
escalated?
I do. I really do think if he sought help, it probably would have circumvented his domestic violence later on in the years that I was married to him. I definitely believe that it just would have, he would have faced fears, or he would have faced his own demons at that point, and healing could have taken place. But it's gotten to a point now where it's just so bad. Anyone who crosses him or gets in his way ends up being a victim of what was never healed years and years ago. Wow. And you see it with Javon Belcher, I think it was last year, who ended up killing his girlfriend and then committing suicide himself.
Wow.
These things are very, very serious, and people need to take it seriously.
So, this is Shakim again, Pilar, and thank you again for, calling in and talking about this. Like, how did that affect you? Like, when you found out that somebody that you love so dearly at that time wanted to commit suicide. Like, what predicament or disposition did that put you in?
Well, I wasn't. I knew Dion at that time. I was not married to him at that time. He was a dear friend of mine, and my heart broke. I was actually on the phone with him right before he attempted the suicide, and he wouldn't talk. He wouldn't do anything, and I felt like I was helpless because I couldn't help him. You know, and of course, I knew he had children, obviously, and I just asked him to get help from someone. I begged him to get help from someone. And you don't just come out of actually attempting suicide and you're just okay, you know, the next week, month, year, 2 years. That doesn't happen like that.
I'm doing a radio show in California.
But when it seems like the people, even the agents or the people around him, didn't want him to get that help.
Come on, you guys.
And you're right, because there you go into what we really know as, and I want to talk to, you know, Master Teacher Taj Tariq Bey about this, who you are around, which is so important, and how many people are really speaking truth into your life, or are they serving you lies?
Yes,
okay, so
bunch of yes men.
Yeah, like with the yes men, with the preachers, with the bishops, because at that time he was also getting close to Thomas Dexter Jakes, Bishop Jakes, that people all know in the Dallas territory and across the world. And I really, is Taj Tariq Bey, Master Teacher, Adept, Mufti, everything? Is he on the line right now?
Yeah, he's on the line right now. Taj, Islam.
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Yes, absolutely.
Greetings.
Master Teacher Taj. I would love to just, first of all, Master Teacher to
Welcome.
Master Teachers. This is Taj Tariq Bey, and I'm so happy.
Wow.
We're so happy to have him on the show.
Yes.
I mean, you have just a wealth and arsenal of knowledge, as if you can recant just days and days of millions of years prior to this. I mean, it's ridiculous, and I appreciate you and everything that you do and how open you are and how much love you have for people and humanity. And we were just talking about athletes and entertainers and, you know, suicide and the people that they're around and how it affects them, you know, domestic violence and their children and families and all that. And in the realms of what?
You want to know what? Not domestic violence is actually terrorism.
Oh.
There you go.
Yes, domestic terrorism. You are so correct.
It is terrorism.
Yes.
And look it up in the law book.
You're right.
See, they coined that term domestic violence because I got it. They coined that term, but what they should be calling it is terrorism, because that is what hits the law or violates the law internationally. And we want to always stick with a legitimate argument in law internationally. It's terrorism. On top
You're
of
right.
that,
it is.
That deliberately use those come-ons to divide our families against each other. And the reason why most of them brothers and sisters, when they get into these what they call the business, why they usually lose their mind is because they have to become so artificial to maintain against their own spirit, against their own nature. That's why. And that's...
And I mean, that is so spot on, and it is terrorism because it stems into them becoming terrorists in their own home. I mean, I recall days where he really had a gun up to my head. He had a gun in my mouth. I mean, he's punching my lights out. He's smashing iron statues across the crown of my head trying to kill me.
Wow.
You're right. It's far more than violence. It is terrorism. You are 100% right.
And we need to call it what it is. And what we need to do is always watch whatever the corporate persons who are doing business as the corporate states are actually enforcing their secret Treaty of Verona, enforcing the Spanish Inquisition. When they coin the terms, they're usually off the mark. So we must always examine what they say and then go into real history and law and then use the proper application of words to the substance and to the circumstances. And the circumstances and the substance is terrorism.
And how do we combat such a thing? How do we combat such a thing, Taj?
Say it again?
Yeah, how do we combat it? How do we go against terrorism?
Well, number one, our people need to come out of the Christian Black Codes of 1724, which was adopted in all of the corporate states under the Secret Treaty of Verona, etc., when they closed the Freedmen's Bureau, etc., and misclassified our people as corporations. That's what the 14th Amendment is. It created a corpse, and what they needed is to get people amongst us, so-called leaders and preachers, to start marching us around and to agree to be people of color, which is a legal term, which means artificial persons, a semblance, a simulacrum distinguished from that which is real, and then they would not be in violation of international law or human rights, because such people do not exist. There's really chattel. Those are brands, and it actually takes the people outside of the human family. So the first thing that must be done for the honor of these people who are of Asiatic African descent is to honor their mothers and fathers and recognize their own bloodline, because until they recognize their bloodline in according to law, international law, not opinion, they cannot connect to what is known as the common law and thus trump the Roman law and the legs created by them under the civil law, etc., because that's where the civil, or what is called the common law, is recognized, when the people have a capable and a competent connection to their ancient traditions and customs, and that's what the common law is, and it's attached to common sense. That's the beginning. That's the foundation.
I personally know, because I was very into Christianity. You know, I sat and spoke at conferences with thousands and thousands of people, and on TBN and everything. So I attest to that wholeheartedly, and I know, you know, how can people who are so used to church, so used to depending upon a preacher or supporting preachers and bishops and pastors, I know for me it was such a shock to learn and finally connect with the things that never sat right in my spirit about what we're taught in church blindly, about what the preacher says, about how all of us can come up with the same message because there's a darn email going out to every single pastor and preacher around the churches telling them what to preach on. You know, so how can someone come out from underneath that veil, Taj?
But Sister Pilar, you know, the first thing that you want to show our people is take them, and it's an interesting thing, because when I was with my girls, we had just went to eat dinner, and some brother and sister were sitting at the table eating from us, and they kept staring at our table anyway. For some reason, he kind of recognized me. He didn't know they didn't know how to approach me.
That's
and
true.
Find out that he was a Mason, and he was asking me some questions, etc. He asked me, was I Moorish American? And I said, yes. And he was tentative, but he asked me a few questions, so I took him far beyond his own degrees to make him feel comfortable, etc. And he was asking questions, and I took right to the Secret Treaty of Verona and showed him Article 3, and that's in the congressional records, and remember, everybody uses this, all the listeners use this, Article 3 of the Secret Treaty of Verona, and it will show you the true secret oath of the clergy, and they're delivering the people to the Pope of Rome, not to Jesus. That's one way that you can get these people straightened up. Now, and then at the same time, you take them to any good library and take them with a child, because children don't have an agenda, because parents do, you know, and then take them directly to the Nicene Council of 325, and they'll find out what they think is Christianity. They're really worshiping Constantine and his mother, Pope Constantine. That ain't got nothing to do with no Jesus, and there's no J in Hebrew, and his name was Yeshua, and that's where they agreed to alter the records. And so these people don't even know what they themselves think they know. You can show them that, and a child would recognize that when this creed is called the Niceno-Constantinopolitan Creed, which is the official name of the Christian doctrine fed by the church, and they get a 501c3 agreement with Skull and Bones not to reveal the secrets. That's what that 501c3 tax-exempt status that they get with the church. And the people think it's tithing for Jesus. It is really 10% tax for the popes of Rome, etc. And so they made up that creed. They altered the record. That's 325 years after they assassinated the one they called Jesus, etc., and then lie and say that he was a Christian when the real documents and records show he was Yahudi, and that is a Kabbalistic degree of what people falsely call Judaism. He was of Asiatic African descent, and he was Muslim, and that's the truth.
Anybody out there?
Research, they'll see it for themselves. And in all the secret societies, the first thing that they teach them in the secret societies are root the Moabitess. And that is Yeshua's great-great-great-grandmother. And he's Moabite, too. Has hair like lamb's wool, skin like burnished brass, and the modern name for Moabite is Moor. How about that?
Ooh. Now, that's something that these bishops and priests, they don't want you to know.
No, that's why. That's why in secret. That's why they won't, talk. But in secret, half of them are Masons and got a Moorish fez themselves. It's like Martin Luther King had a fez in secret. He's a Mason, 32 degrees. Jesse Jackson's a Mason. Al Sharpton, all of them. Reverend Gray, Sullivan, all of them. And they got Moorish fez and act like they don't know these people are Moors. You can take them to an ordinary dictionary, a child's unabridged dictionary, and go look at the word black, and it's an adjective, which means it can't be a person, place, thing, or idea. Then look beneath it, and you see a compound word, black or more. They drop the adjective and the people's identity right there in an ordinary dictionary.
Mm-hmm. How you like them apples?
I mean, it's really no.
Now,
weren't
they supposed to? As we know, who kind of runs the United Nations anyway. But wasn't it decreed that even churches and courts and public officials are to tell people who they are when they come in their presence?
That was with the Freedmen's Bureau that was set up in 1865, and they squandered the finance and closed it in 1868. And that's when they created the corpse person, which is the corporation, and they needed to register our people as cattle in the corporate state of Delaware, which is also why they can't even vote with them names that don't belong to them. Except that the praetor, which they call the president, praetor of the corporation, after the Senate agrees or not, for these people to even vote with them names that don't belong to them, and they ain't figured it out yet. A child can figure that out. Something's wrong.
So this is also why I believe it is 50 years, and President Obama just did it in November of 2013, had to go back and sign the treaty between Morocco and the United States of America Republic so we can continue this deal, correct?
Yes, let's look at this. For them to even do business at Morocco. But keep this in mind, Obama, put his life on the line by sending signals. Weird, because other people, they blow off. Now, they broke tradition. Obama, now let's look at this pattern. This is for everyone to research, undoubtedly research, if they can read, or they can, look through the signals. Rahm Emanuel was with the Obama administration, was he not? He was. Rahm Emanuel was what they call a Jew. Rahm Emanuel left the administration and went to Chicago, which is the sister city of Mecca. Look on the geometry of maps. That's the sister city. And he ran for the mayor. And the first thing he issued, and it was actually just before the winter solstice, right? He issued a proclamation recognizing Moorish Americans, giving them the whole history. Then Obama and his wife went and to Ekuta, which is the proper name for Egypt, and he exposed that the United States Constitution is derived from Muslim law. Michelle broke tradition and triangulated to the Alhambra, the last stronghold of the Moors. Then they came back and signed the rights of indigenous people and had pictures taken of themselves with the Moorish flag to the left, big as day. What greater signal do they need to know?
Very true.
So even with the rights of indigenous people and Aboriginal people of this land, isn't it true, now this is a little boardwalk off of it, but still kind of on it, isn't it true that only Aboriginal indigenous people can actually be attorneys on this American soil?
See, this is the real deal. All and anyone else that makes the claim have no right of claim. We've been here for multiple compound thousands of years, we are the Al-Moroccan. Al is Moorish, Latin coming down from, and Moroccan is logically because we are the heirs of the Great Crossing. And that Great Crossing or Super De Beer took places before the tectonic shift even took place, before the land even separated, where northwest of Tibulan, that we call Africa now, was actually in the Gulf of Mexico, and the Atlantis was a river. Now, that's the fact. And when they separated the land, when they divided the land between Ham and Cush, those of us who crossed the river are referred to as the Hamatite or the Ibri. And this is where people get the misconstrued word Hebrew. Which means those who cross the river. And some people think it's a religion. It just means those of us who cross the river. We're home, and everybody else that makes a claim is not.
Okay, so
this
so
is why
if someone comes...
Let me add this is for those who might want to do some research. This is why in the King Alfred plan, when you hear a lot of Asiatics and a lot of so-called scholars talk about the King Alfred plan, but they always avoid the part where it tells that these people are bound to the continent by heritage. And that's because they didn't come from any place. So the information is out there. It's just that so many people are compromised for a few pieces of silver. They'll sell their people out, keep them marching and praying.
Very true. Very true.
So tell me, just for clarity, isn't it in the congressional records that with the investigations that they've had on the American Bar Association, all the trouble that...
Exactly. Their parent body is the Communist Union. Their job is to overthrow the Constitution. This is another reason why when our people go through all the system, they never get justice, because they don't know that those people are deputy knights for the popes of Rome, enforcing the secret treaty of Verona. Now that's a fact. And
so these European colonists...
Say it again?
Go ahead. I was just asking you about the people who claim to be attorneys here in the Americas. That's not even their right to be attorneys.
Yes, they're in violation of original Article 13 with its 20 sections. This is why they hide the nobility clause. Last time it was printed like publicly was about 1874, 75 in that area. And the latest one was somewhere in Kansas newspaper about 78, etc. Because they've taken on titles of nobility that belong to us.
So being an attorney is basically a title of nobility?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
No. Now I can, yes.
Oh, excuse me. I apologize. Can you... Oh, the original Article of Amendment 13 with its original 20 sections, they hide it. The last time it was printed in the paper was about 1874, 1878 in that area. And I think in Kansas and Oklahoma area. And when they take and that's called also the nobility clause. And when they took on them titles, they also lost citizenship to do business here at Morocco.
So what part of is it about the attorneys here that get in that? Is it the fact that it's a title of nobility or not?
And when they took on those titles, that's why they don't want people to see the nobility clause, which is the original Article of Amendment 13 with its 20 sections. That's why they removed it from the Constitution, and it only shows 2 sections now. But we expose that too. You can find that in the congressional records too.
But they never abolished it, correct?
No, no, they can't abolish it. They don't have no authority to abolish it. That's a covenant for them to do business here.
Exactly. So it still
even
stands.
Any alterations or amendments that they made without a constitutional convention is negative law.
So
and we haven't had a constitutional convention since they assigned the 9th president, and that's George Washington, who's the 9th president. That's why they don't want people even to know that he's the 9th. They want them to think that he was the first, so they can hide the history, particularly with the Arthur St. Clair administration, 2 administrations before him, when they signed the treaty.
Wow.
Ooh, that's some knowledge we're spitting on the Sabir Bey Show with none other than master teacher, adept mufti, and everything else.
Any listeners out there want to call in with any questions? I want my listeners to call in at 323-473-3100. Call in, talk to our special guests, Master Taj Sabir Bey and Pilar. We also got Sabir going to be calling in at 4 o'clock in a little while, so Yeah, let us know. Let us know what you want to do. Go ahead, continue conversating.
Well,
okay, we don't need a break for music.
In a bit.
Yeah, that's basic information that everybody needs to know.
Very much.
And that is so powerful, and my gosh, you could take that anywhere.
We're gonna go take this break.
And you know, this is also Pilar. Remember when Obama was at Ecupta, you know, which they call Egypt.
Yeah.
Remember, he went directly to Article 11 of the Treaty of Tripoli. And I suggest that everyone type in the computer, just say, what does Obama have to say about the Moors? It's right on the internet.
You don't got to go that far. It's right in front of you.
Anybody type in the internet, say, what does Obama have to say about the Moors, and watch him drop some keys. And then when all these people act like they don't know who the Moors are, you know they're lying.
Oh, yeah, but of course.
And when, of course, them stand in Moorish territories.
We got to go take this break. Hold on, hold on to your thoughts.
We acknowledge them.
Hey, Taj.
To do business as a nation state.
Taj, we're gonna get back to that
right
after this break. We're gonna take a musical break. After this, we're gonna
good brother.
We're gonna pick up this conversation because it's good stuff right here.
Oh,
on the
yeah.
Sabir Bey Show. Hit it.
Call in.
Come back.
Times like this make me clench my fist. Then I'm caught up in the midst of the musical bliss. Blow a kiss to the ladies in my corner. Caress the mic and kick my game like I wanna. What? You never see the brother guru falter. Respect is due, praise me like the altar. The crew where it's true as they come, son. We come from ill life experience and take rap serious. Feel the music, feel the music, feel the music.
We hold the key to our destiny. We can make it, everybody. Feel the music. Just free your mind. Sit back, relax, and unwind. To a higher plane we're going. Can you feel the music?
Original ballhead, kryptonite, rude boy instructor. I came back to lay down law to the suckers. I'll crush ya. If you ain't acting like my brother, make one false move and with the mic, I'll bust ya. Just lay back and feel the music, feel the music, feel the music, feel the music.
We hold the key to our destiny. We can make it, everybody. Feel the music. Just free your mind. Sit back, relax, and unwind. To a higher plane we're going. Can you feel the music?
When I step into the club, I come to do work, no hesitation, because I'm fully alert. Like Max Julian, I'm an authentic Mac. Many others can't compare, I'll bet on that. Dialect and vocal tone, completely exact. I react, then I max in this mellow track. In fact, I'm knocking MCs out the frame, cause I'm smooth like jazz. Guru's my name. Feel the music, feel the music, feel the music. Consciousness. Don't play yourself, get out of line, you get stomped with this. Negativity is a chronic disease, but I'm like the cure, causing infections to freeze. I'm not gonna let up until you get the picture. My sound gets around, so you know I'm always with you. Feel the music, feel the music, feel the music.
Feel the music.
What's up? What's up? What's up? Can you feel the music?
And we're back.
Feel that music. Playing the good tunes here at Sabir Bey Show all the way live. I want to shout out our sponsors making this possible for us over at monstertreehouse.com. Thank you so much for your sponsorship. For anybody else who wants to donate or sponsor the show, let us know. Hit us up at the Sabir Bey Show. Attention, Karen. Take care of all that good stuff. Yeah.
Any questions or comments, give us a call, 323-473-3100.
Yeah, we got a little problem with our guests right now. We lost the connections on our guests. Taj, are you on the line? Taj, you on the line? Pilar, you on the line?
We got some technical difficulties right
Sabir,
now
you
we're
on
trying
the
to
line?
fix. And let me read the definition of the terror which you had going on earlier.
Yeah, let's read the definition of terrorism for my brothers.
Black's Law Dictionary, 2nd edition, states that the use or threat of violence to intimidate or cause panic as a means of affecting political conduct. Terrorism.
Wow, to affect political conduct, huh?
Or, anybody.
Sounds like extortionists to me.
Hey.
Try to shake you down, trying to get you to do what they want you to do.
Happens every day when you see red and blue lights on your rearview mirror.
Under stress and duress, huh?
All the time.
They always intimidate you, man.
Yes, sir.
Is that gun intimidating to you?
Of course it is.
Isn't it?
Especially when you got nothing but your fists. It's a losing cause.
Wow, terrorism going on. Did you hear what happened over in Ferguson over the weekend?
Yeah, I did. I heard that Dr. Cornel West was there to quote unquote get arrested and not lecture.
Oh, he really wanted to get arrested?
Yes, he was there for the protesting and not too much for the lecturing.
Wow.
He wanted to prove some points.
Wow, that's good. That's good. Well, I wish our youngsters could be like that. Our elders showing a good example right there.
I believe there's a lot of youngsters that are misguided, that, like you said earlier, that want the knowledge, but they quite don't know where to look or who to get it from. Yeah. That's my take on it.
And the educational system doesn't help either. It's keeping them dumbed down and misleading them with the wrong mathematics and the wrong language techniques and teaching them everything wrong about economics and stuff. So it's a wonder why youth today doesn't want to listen to education or anybody who got some type of wisdom to impart on them.
Of course, and they don't really teach you how to make your own money. They always teach you how to work for somebody. And I'm surprised nobody really catches up on that they teach you how to work for somebody. You can't make your own money. You can't make your own decisions. Just work for somebody. What to do what, how to do what, work for somebody.
Be a corporate slave for somebody else just to get a paycheck.
That's about it. I mean, unless you want to, learn for yourself, business or economics, you have to do it just by jumping into the pool. Feet first, head first, however you want to do it.
Yeah, and I tell youth out there who doesn't have any heart to pursue higher education, just go learn a trade, do something with your hands, go pick up a skill, learn computers, do something. But by all means, educate yourself, even if it's just reading a good newspaper article or something like that. Just start feeding yourself good knowledge,
like the Masonic Gate.
Dictionaries help too. That's wonderful. Periodical,
the Masonic Gate by Abdullah Bey.
Yep. For more information on the Masonic Gate, you can hit us up at the silverletter.net.
Yes.
Yeah.
Civil letter.
Hit up Abdullah Bey. Support our good brother. What's up, Shock?
We're going to take a break and we're going to come back. We got to adjust our phone.
All right.
Okay.
All right, everyone listening out there, especially my guest callers. We got to adjust the phone lines. We're experiencing some technical difficulties. We're going to get them back on the line. We're going to talk to our guests right after this break.
So, Master Teacher, Tariq Bey and Pilar, please call us back.
Here at the Sabir Bey Show.
Hopefully you got
Catch
the number.
on the flip side.
I'm like Alan Greenspan. I tell the culture what's hot and what's not. Now look who's on top and look whose shit just dropped. We ain't about selling records, we ain't music merchants. We MCs, we go straight to the club and hurt shit.
New York, New Jersey, Boston, come on. California, DC, Baltimore, come on. Texas, Atlanta, New Orleans, come on. Philly to Chicago, Carolinas, come on. Memphis to Nashville, Colorado, come on. Detroit to Pittsburgh, Cincinnati, come on. Seattle to Miami, Arizona, come on. San Fran, Oakland, hip hop, come on.
Down to the nigga for life. Remember when Pun fell off the stage right on my wife in the Bronx? We all laugh about it today. What up, Freddie Fox? 2 Glocks, pick and spray. Dr. Dre all day. Both of them. Dr. Dre with Ed Lover and the one with Eminem. This a movement all over the world we reach. I can prove it. All over the world I teach. You hear that, Dr. King? I have a dream speech a lot, but nowhere is it manifest but in hip-hop. Why them other cats be looking for a radio song? I'm in Washington Heights putting them Dominicans on. You can feel it, I'm strong, I last longer, let's do it. You want the real hip-hop? Well, join this movement. We ain't about selling records, we ain't music merchants. We MCs, we go to the club and straight hurt shit.
Utah, Minnesota, Mexico, come on. PA, Arkansas, Portland, come on. Indiana, Oklahoma, Kansas, come on. East St. Louis, Milwaukee, man, come on. Montreal, Toronto, Canada, come on. East Coast, West Coast, Dirty South, come on. Midwest, Bible Belt, up top, come on. Hip hop, come on. Hip hop, come on.
Back, Sal.
Yes,
we're back.
Welcome to the Sabir Bey Show. How's everybody doing out there? Hit us up. Any questions, comments, or anything like that for our master teacher, Taj Tariq Bey. Hit us up at 323-473-3100.
And if you just tuned in, that is Salvador. I am Alberto. And we have Pilar and master teacher Taj Tariq Bey on the line.
I apologize. I wasn't getting the signal.
Islam family.
Yeah, we had to reset the system. We had no technical difficulties right there, Taj, but we back on. Everything sounds good. You sound good.
All right.
Yes.
How you sounding, Pilar?
Pilar's in the house as well. I could hear her. All systems
Hey.
go.
Good.
All right, family. What y'all want to talk about?
Basically, our people, you know what our people need to know? And that the leader guys need to stop playing with them and tell them that everything in law, universal, relative to the capacity for one to exercise and entertain rights and liberties, etc., one must be in one's own proper person. It's called in propria persona sui juris. In layman's word, that means be yourself. And that's the fundamental of status. And status equates estate. Go in the law book and you'll see it.
And that's funny because that's always we always been told that just be yourself. Little did we know.
Yeah, that's so true. That's so true. Now, Master Teacher Taj, isn't it true that father in itself is feminine and it stems from patel, which is paternal, but it's feminine in nature anyway?
Say it again. I apologize because it's kind of noisy out here in my throat train. Go ahead. Again,
oh,
repeat.
the word father, that it stems from patel, and which is also paternal, and that it is feminine in nature anyway.
Yes.
Where we think we were taught and told that father would mean that, you know, you would have male genitalia in order to be a father, but in actuality, speaking of the connotative and denotative terms, we were taught wrong.
Exactly. In other words, connotative linguistics was deliberately introduced by the priesthood for the specific purpose of dumbing the people down, plus making sure that they didn't know how to read contracts, wills, and old documents or scripture. That they would always have a connotative intro, which is really not a true meaning, but is an associated or distorted meaning, etc. This is another reason why our people find it difficult to read mortgages and other instruments, and why they're usually screwed or taken advantage of, because they think they're reading and they can't read. Connotative linguistics was introduced to counter the denotative meanings of words, which is close to the etymon. And the etymon degree is the basic rules of reading that's taught to any intelligent or operative, legitimate schooling system, starting at the 3rd grade.
You must have hit on a good topic right now, because our phone lines are hitting up. Can we take one of these callers?
Excuse the sound of the train.
Yeah. Our phone lines are blowing up. You mind if we take one of these callers, see what they got to say? Let's take a caller, please. Get a caller. See if you got questions on.
Caller, welcome.
Caller, welcome. Greetings, the Sabir Bey Show. Got any questions for Taj, Pilar?
What's your name? Where you calling from?
Hello. Are you there,
Peace,
caller? Are you there? Peace. What's your name?
Islam,
brother. What's your name?
What's your appellation?
Where you calling from?
Calling from Alabama Territory.
And you got a question for Pilar or Master Teacher Taj Tariq Bey?
Najee Bey? New Najee Bey?
Just a general question.
Ask away.
In terms of everyone's position in as far as demonstrations, because there's a lot of demonstrations out there that, you know, we can do it from, you know, the traveling to, you know, the courts and everything else. But I really think people get confused in terms of what demonstration of being a Moor is really about in the day-to-day. So I just wanted you guys to kind of expound on that.
On what it means.
So,
Taj?
one of the first things they must understand is their bloodline, and it's not a club. It's not a religion. It's their bloodline. That's number one.
Yeah.
And by virtue of their honor of their mothers and fathers, they have right of claim to their estate, including their liberties, which have been denied under the secret treaty of Verona by the Jesuit order, etc., and their overseeing minions and familiars called black leaders, etc.
Mm-hmm.
That answer your question? Thank you very much, caller. Thank you very much. You got another one?
Yeah,
Hello?
I was just thinking with those leaders, like those guys that they're dealing with, why is it that these people can't seem to break away in terms of
because they're getting paid.
It's sort of like
they're getting paid.
It's hard for people to accept. It's hard for people to accept that they have overseers.
Thank you, caller.
Instead of
Thank you, caller.
All
Thanks
right,
for listening
thank
to Sabir Bey Show.
Thank you, Najee Bey.
Keep it locked. Keep it locked. Got another caller? No. Yeah, we're all out of callers. Go back into our conversation.
Well, I have a question for Master Teacher Taj. Is that it is true that the nations of families and families of nations across the world are all matriarchal systems, correct? And that whatever the mother is, the children are.
Yes.
And in that,
Now,
I think that's also seen in the Black Christian code. Am I right?
That's harmony. That's in harmony with nature. When you're really talking about the ancient world. In the ancient world and in Asiatic African culture, the government or the order of society are matriarchy. The patriarchy system is essentially a Roman order, and also with the influence of the what you call the move towards that end was when the ancient Moabite. That's when women ruled. So the ancient Moabite nation and the Moorish nation, which is today, is the same nation, except the Moorish nation has more of a patriarchal bent, but it's the same nation. Now, the deal of it is, in the ancient Moabite, women ruled almost specifically and almost entirely.
Mm-hmm.
And the transfer, and even when you see, which we can get on in the future, there's different color feathers too. Also the green and the blue feathers, which you don't see too much when the women crown their sons. And so the chieftains, or what you call the sheiks, etc., were chosen by women. And it's an honor for the brothers to wear feathers. They need to know that. That's the crown of the sun, also called Peruna Sol.
Hey Taj, can you expand on that a bit? Why the red? Why is it red predominantly? And what? Can you explain what the fez is to the people?
That's the most common everyday fez, representing both the blood when it hits the air, also the flag.
Wow. And for those who don't know what the fez is, and it represents the womb of the woman, can you tell the people who don't know what the fez is? Can you give them a little introduction of what it is for us, please?
Yeah.
Yeah, Taj, did you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. It's a little loud on the train. Can you repeat again?
Yeah, I just for our listeners who don't know what the Fez is and the history of the Fez, can you give them a little
the crown
intro?
of the sun. Yeah, give you a little. The Fez is approximately a 7-inch tall national headdress, 360-degree, no brim, round conical. It has an umbilical cord. It has a navel, which is like a finial in the center, and it has a cord like an umbilical cord. Then it has a round piece of wood wrapped in the silk indigo thread, and that represents the ball of mud called Earth. And then it has the degrees dropping off it, which is the tassel, represents the Earth dancing around the sun, as the moon dances around the Earth. And then it has 3 sets of circles in 4 corners on the crown. The first set of circles has 9 perforations for the element of air. It also represents the 9 cosmic months of man's birth. The second set has 12 perforations.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I think
that's Sabir. I think that's
Sorry
Sabir
about
on the
that.
line.
I think that's Sabir Bey,
trying to
Todd.
chime in.
He's haunting the phone lines right now.
Is that
Sabir, can you hear us?
And this is Sabir Bey joining us. How you doing, Sabir?
Sorry, what were you saying? Can you finish that? What were you saying, Tosh?
It's on. Go ahead.
Yeah, just finish what you were saying, Taj, please.
Yeah.
Hey, Taj, can you please finish what you were saying?
Sabir coming in?
No, he ain't. He's ignoring us right now. He can't hear us right now.
All right.
Just continue.
Anyway, it's the national headdress of the Moors, and it's a symbol of both the womb and the universe.
Oh, no, that's nice. Yeah, that's a great recap of all of that. But you know what? Can you tell us where you're at or where you're coming from right now, Taj? Because I heard when I spoke to you earlier. That's amazing.
Yeah, we have the trek in Shekabi territory, but it's actually Shekamaxum territory, which is the proper name of the territory that you call Philadelphia. And Philadelphia is where they took the nationality and birthright of the Moors. And also this is where they have the Mummers Parade, which is a symbolic parade of the fall of the Moors, etc. And so the Moorish Americans this is called Remembrance Day Trek, and they have it every year. And Moors come from around the country, and we go through all the primal places like Carpenter's Hall, Pennsylvania House, which is now called Independence Hall, etc., and that whole area, and give the people a history lesson, etc., including where they dug up, where they have the Liberty Bell right now. They have an open pit, where it's one of the old houses where George Washington kept some of the Moors as slaves, and also with some burial ground. And so that area, they have it surrounded with glass where people can look down into the pit and look at the foundation of where that building was. So Moors every year make the trek, and we go around and give people a history lesson, etc., and it's an acknowledgement of the great work that the Prophet has done to bring us back into consciousness. And then people come from around the world taking pictures of the Moors going through that trek every year.
All right, we got some words. Sabir, you on? Sabir, you on the line? We're trying to patch him in right now. Join the conversation.
Oh, that's hot. Thank you, Taj.
Sabir?
Yeah, he is somewhere.
Yes, and Grand Chief Hopkins Bay, he usually makes the tour guide, etc. And that was set up by his father before he passed on, and they've been keeping the tradition going for years. It's beautiful. You see all the feathers and turbans out there, flags, etc. Other nationals from other nations want to take pictures of the Moors, and people out there taking cameras, and they riding around in the buggies with the horses, everything. It's beautiful.
Hey, Taj, I have a question for you.
Yeah, go ahead.
Can you can you tell us where you can tie in the Moors and the Morros, or the Spanish Moors, where it all ties in?
Yeah, I get a answer a different way because I kind of trying to understand where you come from.
Where do the Moors and the Mexican Moors tie in for some of those that are not quite familiar with that?
Oh, because they know the history. They're Moors too. They're just simply mixed. Most of the Mexicans, that's why when they call North America the melting pot, because it's referring to the mix. And most of your Mexicans is from Old Mexum, see, Old Mexum, and mixed with Manchurian, or what you call Chinese, ETC. Who've been here with us for thousands of years. You know, so really, they're Moorish too. And you see a lot of Mexicans. Like a few years back, I think Sabir was there. He'll tell you. We're at International House over here at Philadelphia Territory, where they had plays, and they were teaching children how to do editorials and teaching them how to film, and had the children doing research in this Philadelphia school system. And one of a part of the program where Mexican brothers and sisters were telling their history and also demonstrating, bringing their children back to the culture, etc. And they were doing the Four Corners dance and a lot of things in the old Aztec and Mayan costumes, etc. And they themselves brought old pictures out that the Christians didn't get a chance to burn, and they told the audience themselves that the Moors are their forefathers. Right there on stage.
Wow. And
you know how many people were sitting in the audience and it went over their head?
Oh, man. Too many.
I can imagine.
You know, because our people think they're black.
You want to take
they were just looking at it as another part of the show.
And they will fight you. They will fight you to maintain their blackness, too. Ooh, they will go at you if you tell them they're not black.
They protect the brand and don't know it steals their birthright. And is the source of most of our misery.
All right, we're going to go ahead and take a caller. We got so many. Hey, you guys.
Of the human family.
I don't mean to cut you off, Taj, but we got a caller on the line right now. We're going to put them on.
All right.
See what they got to say. Caller, are you there? Welcome to the Sabir Bey Show. Caller, you there? Peace. Who we talking to?
This is Brother Ronald Bay.
Hey, Ronald Bay. How you doing?
I want to thank you, brothers. You sound no Sabir out there right now, but you do a great show every week. You're giving the people the information.
Yes.
But for Brother Taj, there's one question I want to ask you for the listeners. How important is it for us to speak to the elders who are in their 80s and older who are still with us so that we can receive some of those gems and keys that they can give us subconsciously, probably without them even knowing?
Let me get in the area because it's quite noisy here. Because I'm just getting off the train.
Excuse me?
All right, now. Not yet, don't go out there yet. Now repeat it. Now repeat. Repeat.
Could you repeat your question, caller?
Okay.
Could you repeat your question?
Yes. Okay, my question basically is to Taj, for the listeners, how important is it for us, the younger generation, 40 years old and younger, or how about 20s, teens, to speak to the elders who are, in their 80s, 90s, who are still with us so that we can receive information and get keys that they can give us subconsciously without them even knowing to help us with this movement?
In other words, yes, you've got to start talking some of the facts that were suppressed. When you start demonstrating that you have a knowledge, it will bring them out of their fear pocket, because most of them went into fear because our own people would reject them, talking about their witches or old-fashioned, and then the Europeans were killing them whenever they would pass the knowledge on. So most of them have shut down because the youth have gotten to a degree of disrespecting the ancient ones, and so they created a bridge. And so when you start talking like this bravely and openly, it will bring them out of their shell.
And it's going to have to put an end to it, because even to this day, when Europeans hear Moors talk about their lineage and the truth about where we come from and where we are, they still try to shut you down and hush you up. I mean, I've experienced that myself here in the Texas Territory. Oh, my gosh, I have the whole political government after me because they don't want me to talk about who we are and who my children are. My children, Taj, have gotten threatened by the presidents of OWN TV, Oprah's network, to remove L Day off of their appellation on their Twitter and Instagram. Now, if that isn't something, and they're saying it's a serious thing, we're talking about the president of an entire network threatening through their dad, Deion Sanders. Yeah.
Just remember this. They are Knights of Malta, Knights of Columbus. They're carrying out their mission, you see? That's why people have to, it's like it is up to us. We have to be as determined to preserve the birthright as they have been to steal it. And keep in mind,
that is true.
What people don't know is that those corporations live off of us. They live off the bonds. Because remember, the marriage certificates are bonds. The people think the marriage certificate is some divine agreement with God. No, the marriage certificate is where they claim the eggs in your womb. The birth certificate is where they claim the eggs that hatch. And those bonds that go on the stock market back up those T-bonds, which is not backed by gold or silver. They stole our gold or silver. It's backed up by us. We're the stock. And when the people get conscious and start declaring their nationality public, them bonds go dead. And nation states have to dump them because their treasuries will curl up. Just like that wicked witch's socks in the Wizard of Oz curl up under the house when Doc.
Yes.
Same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got.
And also, along with that, Taj, let the people know, Taj, this is some good information that you're giving out here, brother.
We also got Sabir on the line.
Sabir Bey Show. Listen, let me tell you this, because inside of the courtroom, y'all know I've been in the courtroom for a few years now, trying to get a divorce and all that, right? So here's the deal: unlawfully under threat, duress, and coercion. I'm in this county courthouse, and these magistrates, ministerial clerks, they want to admit who they are. And they don't want to admit the fact that they are doing inside trading without a license because they are trading your case.
And guess what else? They're not judges.
No.
Their seats have been transferred to the IMF under House Joint Resolution 192, ETC. They are imposters doing human trafficking. That's why you always get their bond number, their EIN number, and you report them to the International Court of Justice for impostering officer because the United States Corporation Company has been dissolved.
Yes, Raymond Willis of Collin County Courthouse. Nathan, why you hear me? Y'all ain't judges. You are imposters.
They're private persons, and don't call them a judge. Call them Fred Osnoff Sodorfo Dinky. Doing business as a judge, impostering as an actor.
Yes, and this is how we are people. This is how we can. Anyone who has a nationality and who's claiming their nationality, and anyone who's being their rights are being infringed upon in the court system, anywhere and everywhere. Please, you got to listen to this information. These are apples of gold. You can use this information. Use what you can. Use your tools. And preserve your rights because they've already been preserved. You got to stand up and you got to fight for what is already yours and what is unalienable, but is continuously being usurped by Europeans who wanted to have your power and birthright and all that other stuff.
Islamo.
Sorry about that, guys. Go ahead.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Sal, brother Sal, y'all okay? You all right?
And everybody recognizing me, so I can't get away.
Look at that. He's a rock star.
You're a rock star, Taz. Everywhere he goes, signing autographs, kissing babies, just
man.
People hand him over tuna casserole. He don't even like
all he needs now is the Oval Office.
Yeah.
Taz, you should. With all respect. Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely.
You understand the wealth of knowledge this man has? He could put Encyclopedia Britannica to shame with what he knows, man. That's it.
Am I still on?
Hello?
You are.
Okay, this is Brother Ronald Bey. I'm still here. I have one more question for Brother Todd.
What's your question, Ronald?
Okay, what is the significance for us, so-called blacks who who left the South, were dispersed by the threats of the Ku Klux Klan and different other entities, who left during what they call the so-called Great Migration, to reclaim our nationality and also return to the states from which our families were forced to leave or, coerced to leave, and reclaim those lands that were claimed by the incorporated, cities and counties and different things like that.
Yeah, we got to be real brief because we're up against the clock here. We got to be real brief. Taj, you got an answer for him?
Okay.
And keep in mind, if you're talking about reclaiming the rights to the land, etc., this is another reason why Drew Ali had set up the trust, but it's also why the movement was infiltrated by Edgar Hoover with COINTELPRO operatives because they're supposed to be teaching these people trust laws. And everything's supposed to be in trust.
I would love to get into it some more, but unfortunately, we are running out of time. That is it.
Against the clock.
That's why I'm saying we can go on for hours. Ain't that right, Taj? We just need some people to sponsor the
That's
show.
right.
Extend the time, and I wish we had longer hours to do this so we could continue to do it bigger. And I wish we could do it every day, honestly.
Exactly.
So,
any
another show
last
coming
words?
to the end. I want to thank Taj Tariq Bey for being a guest on the show today, imparting his knowledge with us. Pilar,
thank you so much.
thank you for joining us from all the way from Texas.
Taj, any last words before you go?
Hey,
Thank you all for the patience too. Sorry, I apologize for the noise.
Thank you for your time. It's
No
really
problem.
appreciated.
Yes, thank you. Thank you so much, Master Teacher.
And Pilar, any last words?
Any last
words? Yes,
Peace and love,
to
and
all-
greetings from the girls too. They say Islam and peace.
Islam.
Hugs and kisses to them. Islam, namaste. Yeah.
And that's another Sabir Bey Show, y'all. We'll all see you next week.
Right.
Same
Claim your
channel,
nationality.
same station.
Yes, got that
LA
right.
Talk Live, baby.
Until next time. Peace.
Peace and love.
Peace and love.
Pasi amor.
I get on illegals like I'm a paparazzi. I bring flash, but it ain't a camera. Gunfire, shells out enough to damage ya. No trafficking, no drug smuggling. ICE, we came in thugging. Straight off the wire like Snoop and Chris. You get rushed like Limbaugh, we get at you quick.
¿Qué van a hacer cuando se enteren de esto? Vendrán por mí, por lo que yo represento. Este es mi acento y siento orgullo por él. Somos un puño, no lo podrán detener. Leyes absurdas con tintes racistas, para el beneficio de esos matones clasistas. Mientras insistan, insisto, vamos pa' vela. Rompe cadenas, vamos brincando fronteras. Prospera, muere, ya no nos conformamos. Es tiempo que el poder vaya cambiando de manos. Humanos, derechos, más derechos humanos. Dicen que son los dueños cuando primero llegamos. El mundo es libre y sin
We
miedo.
know there are many choices in internet radio, and the staff and host of LA Talk Live would like to thank you for choosing the internet's hottest destination for the most eclectic sound and invigorating talk. This is LA Talk Live. We are more than just talk.
They was here first, we put them in reverse. You didn't even call for a hearse when you left them dying with no country.
Car radios, highway holes, motorbike types, skateboard whores. Watch them close them doors, clap them hands and stomp them feet. Yeah, the more government wars. Good man, bad government, great driver, whack car. I seen it before. Marxism, dual citizens, China support. Meaning y'all go get a passport. Slavery is America's passport. Homeland security gets my homeboy securing me. Chain brains, diaspora coming after the same idea of the United States of Africa. Bearing straight before paling and pale face. Waiting for the ice to break. 70% of Americans ain't been no place. So the human race gets displaced while the greedy man sees the land. His plan sees the land to feed his face. A child lost in the wild, picture food. Built your house while still in exile. Barbed wire and cactus, the new middle passage. To a person, the new world order's just rehearsing.
Cross that line. I'ma put a line in the sand. Cross that line. Cause I'ma put the man in the sand. Cross that man. Cause I'ma put the man in the sand. Cross that man. Cause I'ma put the gun in his hand. Cross that man. Cause I'ma put the gun in his hand. Cross that man. I'ma put the fence in the sand. Climb that fence. I'ma put the fence in the sand.
By the time I get to the end of my verse, calisthenics of the tongue, exercising the first. That's freedom of speech, so I speak my right. Seems to me there'll always be powers to fight. So Chuck, let them know that the bulls break ice with the power of these words that we put within a mic. Like those in the past put power to pen. It was number 13, made us all equal men. Now Arizona back to legislate the hate. Guess freedom ain't free on this side of the gate, but everything changes if I look a certain way. Securing the homeland from how it was made. Now the ice that we skate upon is definitely thin. We gotta break bad to let the good begin. A cold flag pole grabbed a hold of my tongue. 5-0 froze and we all got dumb.
I put in the thing like it's supposed to be done. Put it on the 14, doing the one like a made it. I'ma put in the thing like it's supposed to be done. Put it on the 14, doing the one like a right. Made it. I'ma put in the thing like it's supposed to be done. Put it on the 14.
FBI. You wanna buy a weapon, they won't hesitate a second. Whether African, Mexican, Middle East or Haitian, slaughter indigenous, plunder the nation. Petition the UN to gain legal traction and call you the enemy to justify the action. The brown in this world will only draw ire of the secret society, soul-sucking vampires. Either I come from a long line of liars or a degenerate senator's pants are on fire. Surround you with the walls to protect your freedom, overlapping laws to ensure confusion. Protect your neck in the 2012 season and bounce a check in the bank of illusion.
Homegrown terrorists for the benefit. Can't find a title or the name, yeah, that really fits. These land jackers, pale-faced land grabbers, caught in the border war stitch of the border whores. Real demons, feeding for a real reason. You can't trust them cause they always fucking scheming. Broke treaties with the red man, damn. Clan disguised as a fam, fuck Uncle Sam. Pause for the cause and open mental doors. These foreign invaders and human traffic traders, undocumented workers, share they want it back. Panic when the brown man linked with the pro-black. Now who's the real citizen you've never been? You raped and robbed every people, yeah, that let you in. The legalized theft of the native land. You speak with the forked tongue with the run and the gun in hand. The ICE, who gets deported and who goes free? Who gets detained and who remains? Who gets the card and who gets the blame? The ICE, who gets deported and who goes free? Who gets detained and who remains? Who gets the card and who gets the blame? The ICE.
At least 55 million Americans, 1/5 of our population, are either immigrants or children of immigrants.
The ICE.
We found that recent changes in the immigration laws and rigid enforcement by the federal government may be unfairly targeting thousands. Families are being broken up.
I believe there's a congressman, there's a senator, there's somebody out there that's going to step up and say, yo, this is wrong.
We know there are many choices in internet radio, and the staff and host of LA Talk Live would like to thank you for choosing the internet's hottest destination for the most eclectic sound and invigorating talk. This is LA Talk Live. We are more than just talk.